The ground began to roar just before 3 in the afternoon on March 11, 2011. I was in my small shop in Tsunami, arranging shelves when the first tremor hit. At first, I thought it was another earthquake, the kind we've lived with all our lives in Japan. But it didn't stop. The walls groaned, bottles crashed to the floor, and the air filled with dust. It felt endless. 6 minutes of the earth twisting beneath us. When it finally ended, the street outside was filled with stunned faces. We had survived the shaking, but then the sirens began to wail. "Tsunami!" Someone shouted. My stomach sank. I ran. From the hillside, I watched the sea retreat, exposing the seabed. Moments later, the water returned, rising higher than I ever imagined possible. A black wall swallowing everything. I watched cars float like toys, houses collapse, fishing boats hurled into rooftops. People who had not made it to higher ground were carried away in seconds. The noise was terrifying. Wood splintering, metal twisting, screams lost under the roar of the water. I clung to a tree, my hands shaking, tears blurring my eyes as my town disappeared beneath the waves. That night, it was bitterly cold. Thousands of us crowded into schools and gymnasiums, huddled under blankets, listening to transistor radios for news. Many searched for family members who never came. The smell of seawater, oil, and fire filled the air. Days later, we learned of the Fukushima nuclear plant crisis, and fear of radiation added to our grief. Friends who lived near the exclusion zone left with nothing but what they carried, unsure if they would ever return home. It has been years now, yet the images remain sharp in my mind. My hometown will never be the same. We rebuilt, yes, but many lives were lost and some scars will never fade. Still, I remember the hands that reached out in those dark days. Neighbors pulling each other from the rubble, strangers sharing food, volunteers from across Japan and beyond helping us stand again. The sea that gives us life also took so much from us that day. I live with both fear and respect for its power. And every March 11th, when the sirens sound at 2:46 p.m., I bow my head, not only for the friends I lost, but for the reminder that life is fragile and every moment with those we love matters.